Yellowknife Trading Post has everything under the sun. Big name brand heat pumps with heat kits as low as $2,600. 3/8-inch thick beadboard paneling, only $22.50 a sheet. Don't pay big box prices, but hurry. Limited quantities available. You better get it when you see it at West Yellowknife.
I bet if you did a poll and asked most women, do you have a dream closet in your mind, every single one of them would raise their hand, but very few would get to say they actually have it. Amy Morrow is here. She's with Closet Solutions, and she might help you make that dream come true. Good to see you.
We can do that. It's so good to see you. I don't know, you nailed it. I don't know a single woman, and some men, I bet if you ask them, would love to have that organized, perfect closet where they could store things.
So I would be so typically at my house, I'm really pretty good at having things organized. I pick up as I go. I'm that person. But I have a big closet. And the bad thing about that is that means I can get a lot of clutter in there. And right now I have got more Lululemon bags sitting on the floor of things that need to be taken to Goodwill or something. They just are sitting in there. And I think that happens to an awful lot of us, where closets become just storage holds where you can close the door and forget about it. But that affects your mindset then when you open that door.
Absolutely. And think about the time you could save if you weren't rummaging through things.
Right.
To find that perfect bag for the day or whatever it is. And that's where they come in. And you know what's really neat about Closet Solutions? First of all, they have a showroom. It's local. They're locally owned. They are veteran owned as well. They're just across the state line right there in Ringgold.
Right by Costco.
Neighbors to Costco, of course. Everyone knows where that is. If you're from here, you've been around for a little bit like me and grew up in the area. It's the old Marketplace Mall, which is Marketplace Plaza.
Yep.
It's just right there off the interstate.
I had a chance to go to the showroom a couple of years ago, and it was really impressive because unlike a lot of places where they want to come to your house first, y'all really like people to go to the showroom first because you can see what your options are.
Absolutely.
But don't you have this inner room there where you've got this computer system set up and people can kind of see it in a real image of what their vision's going to look like?
That's what the fun part is.
Okay.
I mean, when you think about how it can be stressful when you're designing something, they have that state-of-the-art 3D technology, this software that you can say, you know what, that's really cool and that looks good. I like the double hang and I like the drawers, but I need maybe some more shelving because maybe you want those bags on that shelf that you were talking about, and they can move that around as you're talking, as you're sitting there, as you're dreaming. If you can think of it, they can put it there for you to see it.
I think more and more people are, well, first of all, home has become the office.
Absolutely.
So it's not just closets that you do home offices, laundry rooms, all types of things, right?
You name it, and they can do it.
Garages?
Absolutely, garages. Think about it, you know, if it's not in your closet and you're moving that next to, it's in your garage. You know, you've got tools, and the whole family's using the garage as well.
Right.
That's a big one, and there you see that garage, and look at how that looks. Look at those tools.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if you have a space for something, it makes life so much simpler and stress-free.
I have gotten to where I think about things I used to not really even acknowledge. But the height of a shelf is really, really important, and it can be a make or break of whether you can use it or not. So more and more people are choosing to kind of age in place at home. If you are getting older and it's hard for you to reach, or you begin to get shorter and you can't reach, y'all can come in and change things.
Absolutely. And it's not just, you don't have to have a large room or a big walk-in closet. If you have a reach-in closet, they can make life easier.
Pantries, you do pantries.
Absolutely, pantries, a mud room. You know, one thing that people don't think about is a lot of clutter and a lot of things that seem to gather at areas in your house, like an entryway. If you just have a landing spot, a place where you can drop your purse, you can drop your groceries, and they can do that as well.
Right.
It's endless, the possibilities, and you don't have to have, that's one thing we want to make sure folks remember, you don't have to have a large space, you don't have to have an entire room that you want to make something else.
You don't really even have to have the vision yet, do you? Because people can come to you and say, just this is my problem, and then y'all will help create the answer.
Absolutely, and that's what's nice about the showroom, and that it's here and you can go in and see everything from the different cabinets, you know, the different grain. They have more hardware there as far as for the cabinets and the doors and all that stuff than anyone in the market. And you could just see it, touch it, feel it. And you know what's really nice about this? Once you go through them, they'll come out, and it's a complimentary visit. And what they're going to do is measure the area you're thinking about. And this is really important to people like us and most women. They're not there to tell you, hey, you need to get rid of some of this stuff. They're there to show you how
you can add it all in.
Absolutely, how you can make space for it and kind of take some stress and give yourself back some time.
When my kids were little, teenagers, I have a minute left, but I would get really frustrated, like a lot of moms, because I would want them to organize things, but I've learned that everyone organizes in a different kind of way. Right. So if you're a person who likes to have things visual for you to see, otherwise you'll forget, they'll know that and create that space for you, as opposed to tuck it away and don't see it, right?
Right, and when you think about the cabinet doors, you pick that out as well. If you want the clear glass where you can see everything, you want to see those purses or those shoes, or you could do something that's designer, maybe mirrored. Everyone needs a mirror in the closet. But yeah, you can make those choices, and again, that's why you want to go to the showroom, because you can see it, touch it, feel it, and imagine it.
Can you just walk into the showroom?
Absolutely.
Okay, let me show you where to find it. Chances are you know it, because it's the Cloud Springs Road exit right there by Costco, but they are at now they call it Marketplace Plaza, 271-8188. They are locally owned, and as Amy said, veteran owned. Yes. Online, goclosets.com.
That's right. Thanks, Julie.
If it's time to update your home, make wholesale supply